We're gonna make, I think it's called a Seraphim dress in Maplestory too. So let's go find some color palettes that'll work. This one's pretty close, but I want gold. I think this one is good to start with because it has a lot of blue, but we're just gonna adjust these colors over here to be more teal, like a almost greenish color. And then we have our gold colors, so that's really all we need. So let's fill it in first. The easiest way to do this is to fill in the color we want. The shoulders are going to be gold, so we'll ignore those for now. Put like this gold color down. I think we do need to adjust these gold colors to be a little less yellow and a little more like brassy looking. Like that. I think that'll help a lot. There. Alright, so we'll leave that for now. We're not going to worry about the shoulders too much. Let's start with the front of it first. I want to see what the back of it looks like as well. We'll just do the basic shapes of it first, so like the belt and the trim, and then we'll worry about the collar and stuff afterward. That way we can duplicate it. So it's a little easier that way. I also want to adjust this color to be a whitish yellow, like a beige white color. Because I feel like that'll help with shading that we need. Because I want it white and like that beige color. So first things first, we need to figure out where the little feather bits are. So that'll be here. I'll use the 2 wide. And we're just going to put them on the edges here. Like that. Cool. I like that there's like the zigzag. So now what we're going to do is switch to this pen and fill in the colors here. Here. So there's like a little bit of a subtle difference. We also want to put some on the inside here. I kind of am even thinking this could be darker because it's a little hard to see. And with Animal Crossing, it's totally fine to just have a lot of contrast because we want them to look like little feathers. So I would say even let's put some extras here so it kind of looks a little more zigzaggy. It's a little too straight right now. Perfect. We got our zigzags. That's nice. So I'm gonna add the gold. So let's do the gold color. We'll start with the standard gold color first. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. That looks really, really good. I do actually also want to add a few diamonds. So to make diamonds, you literally just make plus signs. The problem is these are gonna crash into each other, so we have to keep in mind about that. I guess what we can do is put our diamonds on the inside of these. I feel like that'll be helpful enough where they'll be close enough together. We don't need them to line up. Instead, if I wanted them individually because it's even across the board, what we would need to do is turn off the reflection mode and just like have them slightly off center, but it would still look really good. So let's just do that. Like you're not really, especially from far away, you're not going to notice at all. So we'll go like this. And then across this way, we'll put this here. And that should be, so there's 5 across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do it 1 over here. And then 5 across. Because I'd rather the edges kind of match, you know? Because there's a seam, I think we can get away with having the diamonds match up a little bit differently. Hold on, let me think about this again. I think it'll be okay. I think having the seams match will be totally fine. I think it'll look okay. I think it'll be totally, totally okay. Now, what we want to do is show that the diamonds are little studs. And we also probably want to add little itty bitty ones in the middle. So let's show that they're shiny by putting just some shading on some of them. I think these might need to be a little bit more yellow, actually. And then we'll add a shadow underneath. And I'll probably actually end up changing this color to be a little bit more along the lines of the teal and less blue. But that looks good. That looks pretty good. I wish the diamonds could be a little bit smaller, but it's fine. There is a little bit of a ripple effect in the dress, so I feel like we could go up like this. Especially since that's where, like, the highlights are. Yeah, that looks pretty cute. And maybe, let's change this color real quick so we can make it a little bit less obvious that it's not the same color. There, perfect. So let's add this on the outside of those, but down a little bit. See if you can tell it's a ripple. Yeah, let's just keep going with it. Let's see how it looks. I actually like it. It's not exactly how the dress is in the game, but it still looks really nice, so I'm gonna leave it. Although this one's touching here, so we might get rid of that one. we'll leave that one. I kind of like it on one side though. You know what? Let's leave it like this. So now we want to put this right across here, and we can just color pick that real quick and put it back over here. So now we got to make these little zigzag patterns, which is really actually probably my favorite part of this whole dress. So we'll go 3 up. That's a little too high, so we will get rid of that one. You know what we could do to make it a little bit elongated? Is go that way. Oh, yeah! Okay. Oh, that looks really nice. So now what we can do, and this we can use our reflection tool for, is have it go on 2. Oh my god, that's so pretty. But that's so pretty looking. I love it. And it'll be really fun to do the shading on the little shiny parts so you can see which parts cross over. So we're gonna cross these over here. Let's make it so they crisscross in a different way, right? So what we'll do, after that, these ones can go under. So what we'll do is have the dark bits here. That's kind of a fun way to do it. My only gripe is that I kind of want to scooch this down a little bit because I feel like it's going to interfere with our other part of the design. So let's give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room here. And that'll give us a little bit more room for when we put the shading underneath. So they're not like touching. See how they're not as touching as much, which is good. That's like, the edges are touching a little bit over here though, so that we might have to just get rid of this one, which is fine. It's on the side too, so you're not really gonna notice as much. The only other problem I'm seeing, and I think it'll get resolved once we add the shading in here, is that, see how these two aren't connecting? Oh, now they connected. So adding that shading in there definitely helps. I guess we'll do the collar. The collar is the next part that has some gold on it. Do I want it thin? I think I want it on the thicker side. Like, we'll do it too thick. We can actually probably even get rid of the flaring bit right here. So that'll be the collar. There is like a little like breastplate part to it as well. The only thing I'm unsure about is what the back of it looks like. But I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. We can just make it pretty much flat or do like the little crisscross part. It's also really nice looking in dark blue too. So maybe we'll make a dark blue version as well. But for now I'm leaving it as the color I originally had, which is this one. Let's duplicate this over because I think for the most part, besides the inner shadows that we have to finish, after that we should be good. You know what? I think if you changed this color to be a little bit brighter and a little bit closer to the other colors we're using, we might have better luck with it staying attached. So sometimes when the colors are like too far apart, they won't like blend together. I'm also gonna add a bit of shine here. So I'm gonna use like kind of diagonal swoops like this, because we want it to look like it's like really reflecting across. Very good, very good, very good. All right, so let's take our duplication tool, which is this one, and we are going to copy this one and stick it on here. And now it should reflect over onto the back really nice. The only thing we're running into is, see on the corner side how there's like that little hiccup there? So I think the way to fix this is just to scooch this down by 1. And then we'll just get rid of these on both sides, because then it'll attach still, but it won't look as awkward. It'll be a little bit more narrow, but that's totally fine. So we're gonna have to take this one and reflect it again, but let's finish the shading again as well. So we'll put the shading underneath here. Perfect. So now we can use that copy tool again. So now it's closer on the side, but because it's a seam and your arms are gonna be there, it actually works out pretty well. Like, it's more stretched out in the front, and then on the sides, it's just kind of pinched together, which is completely fine with me. And I think it looks really, really cute. And you can't even really tell that the diamonds aren't technically center if you're not looking for it. So I feel like that works really, really well. So now what we want to do is do the front plating, which is like the most complex part of this, I guess, for lack of a better word. So she has like a little cross here that goes like this. That's gonna look like a diamond no matter what we do. So we're just gonna leave it like that. She has her shine plate here, and then it comes down like this. And I'm just gonna highlight it first, and then we'll worry about making it like perfect afterward. And then we will color all the way across, because what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna fill in this color here. Do it right here, like that. And we will just reflect this side by going down, 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 up, across, across, down, down, and across. And now we have this whole little area to just use the paint bucket tool to fill it in. Boop. Just like that. And it looks pretty good. I will adjust these corners a little bit more. And there's also some pieces that, basically arrows, that go like this. And then they go down like that. So we're gonna have these little arrows here. I'm actually going to fill in the bottom bit. Okay, here's my thinking. I'm actually going to change this color to not be bright. It's gonna be the darker yellow. But we'll add some shiny parts here because it is gonna shine down, and right here is the top of the plate. So we want that to have the highlight on it right there. So let's put the plate here. And then on the top of this other part of the plate, at the bottom, because it bends forward, that's where the other highlight is going to be. And then we can just add some highlights just dipping down where these come down because, again, armor is shiny. Like that, and like here, 2 across here. Just like that. I will, however, break up the shine here as well. Then what we're gonna do is take this darker part, and this is only gonna go about here and here, and then we're going to connect it on those shiny parts again, and we'll fill the rest in with this yellow. Actually, we'll just fill the whole thing in with yellow. Like that, and like this instead. And I think to add the shadow properly, I might have it come down like here too, because it is supposed to be like plated armor. So here's the cross that goes like that, and it should go up to here. If we wanted the plated armor to look like it's actually plated, we'll have to add the shadows here and maybe expand them out by 1. And then we need a highlight part coming down the middle. I think it needs to be more streaky. I think that's the problem. So instead of filling it in mirrored, I'm gonna go over by 2 for each of these. And then maybe have them coming out this way instead on the other opposite side. I feel like that'll just help show that it's shiny armor. If anything, it should be going the opposite way. So let's do that. We're gonna have it. We're gonna backtrack a little bit, which is totally fine. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This can go down the middle because it's centered. And then on the opposite side, we can have it coming in. That looks like shiny armor now. Okay, that looks way better. The only other thing we're gonna have to do besides add yellow here and right here. Also, I believe this might be a little uneven. Oh, you know, it is uneven, but not by 1. All right, that was an easy fix. Easy solution. And we'll add a regular yellow here. All right, so we have our shiny plated armor ready to go. But we want to add some shading underneath it again because, again, that's kind of how you show above whatever else we are looking at. So we'll go like this. Because it's plated, this should all be kind of outlined, essentially. I'm okay with that. It's not exactly how I envisioned it. I think the only other thing I could think about doing is adding the additional diamond part right here. Because there is a little part that goes right there. It's hard to say, because it's more copper. These parts are actually a little bit more coppery, like the diamond part. So maybe that's what I need to do. Let's take this color, make a coppery bronzy color, like this, and make it just a slight different shade. Like that. I would say you could even go darker. Like that. And then we'll use that again over here because of these little diamond bits. Just like that. Okay, that's looking pretty sleek. What I'm gonna do for the other side is I'm just gonna attach it and make a zigzag attachment. I feel like that'll look more natural for the back. So kind of like what we did with the front, but these are gonna be even longer. We'll see. We'll see if we like it. And then we'll do the opposite side here. Is that too many crisscrossies on the back though? You know what we could do actually? I have an idea. You know what? I kind of wish I left the insides the lighter yellow, but we can always color it again. Color it like this. I like that the diamonds look like they're kind of popping out a little bit. And then what we'll do in here is actually fill out this. I'm just going to replicate it. So it's like the armor is colored. Like that. So the next part, that's going to be the fun part, is the shoulder feather blade parts. I'm guessing I'm not going to put the feathers on the top of it. I'll just put it on the bottom. But they're like, they have like a spiky star plate thing going on. So that'll be really interesting. So let's start with our friendly feathers again. Which just were like this. They should be really high up, huh? And I do want to have some ziggy-zag ones as well. So I'm actually going to erase these outer dudes. And I'm going to make them a little bit tighter because otherwise it stretches them way, 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 way out. And then on this side, zigzags, ziggy zags, whoop whoop. Zigzag is a ziggy zag. They don't really look like feathers, do they? It's these ones. Look at, they're so extreme. Why are they so extreme on that one sleeve? I guess what we can do is do this. See how it fills it out like crazy? That's a little ridiculous. We're gonna leave it. It's so extra. I guess the best way to go about this is define where the different sections of the plate are. So like here and here, because they're armored plates. And then on the top of them should have the highlight. Although I kind of do want to add the feather bits here. Or, you know what? Let's add the feather bits back. Let's put them on both sides. I like it. I didn't think I would like it, but I like it. So we're gonna do it. The only question is, do I add in the crazy zigzags like the other side has? I'm gonna say yes. It's a little off-putting, but I think what we can do is add the rest of the shading that we were missing. Like, obviously, down here at the very bottom should be super, super colored. And then for the shiny bits on the tippy top parts, we're just gonna connect them here. That looks like armor to me. But yeah, I think that looks fine. I kind of like it. I like that it's a little zigzaggy. It looks extra fancy. I'm cool with this. All right. So now, since we're almost done here, copy swap, copy this, swap it over. It looks pretty good. The only thing that's bugging me is this part right here. Way better. All right. I'd say that looks pretty good. I think we're done. The Seraphim. I think it's a Seraphim outfit, not Fiend. Blue Seraphim. And let's try it on and see what it looks like. Wow, it looks so good. I'm ready for an adventure. I like it a lot. I think it came out really good. The only other thing I would like to do is to see what it looks like in other color palettes just for funsies. Whoa. So because oh, this one's really pretty. Oh, this one looks like diamond armor. Again, the chocolate dress. Wow. I love checking to see if they look different. The mint one's kind of cute. I'm very impressed with this one. And this one looks really good too. The ice, it's like icy diamond. This one actually looks very kind of like circusy, and I kind of love it. Doesn't this look like a ringmaster dress? I kind of like it. This one's very goth. Pastel. Well, anyway, I just wanted to see what those would look like, so. Alright, well, thanks for watching my tutorial on making a maple dress.